Snake Man here, and we have a tiger snake woofing into a weeder rat. This is a large male tiger snake. He's about 5 feet long, or 1 2/3 meters. And as you can see, he's woofing into the rodent, gobbling it up. Beautiful looking snake in immaculate health and condition. Look at that. We'll just pan out. Look at that. Beautiful. He's actually very old. About 11. When I was about 11-year-old, a very old snake in immaculate condition, and the year now is 2011, October 2011, and very early in 2004 this particular snake had his venom glands surgically removed. Hasn't regenerated a drop yet. We know that because we forced the snake to bite me in front of TV cameras on August the 10th, when our enemies were trying to claim that these snakes had regenerated venom and were highly dangerous. Of course, the advantage about being devenomized is we can be nice to the snakes. We like our snakes, and we can treat them with care and respect. We don't have to belt them around with metal sticks and traumatize them. And of course, this snake will die one day of old age. It's actually quite old. 11 years for a tiger snake is an extremely good age, and it won't live forever. And this is one of our many snakes that travels to educational school incursions around Melbourne, Victoria and elsewhere. Tiger snakes, of course, normally lethal, 4th deadliest snake in the world. We don't take risks with people or our staff and send snakes with venom. We have the expertise to surgically devenomise snakes. We're the only people in Australia with that expertise. Okay, so just remember, if it's snake busters, it's all good. If it's anyone else, it's a risk. And just remember, snake busters are Australia's best reptiles. They're the only people that do hands-on reptiles and let people hold the animals. Remember, if it's not snake busters, it's a risk. Actually, before we end up, that's a picture of my daughter with the same tiger snake. That photo was taken some years ago. You can tell she looks about 6 in that picture. She is now 12-year-old, and the snake looks a lot nicer in that picture. Young with the bands, a bit darker there actually. Bands very good, very distinct bands. We'll pan across to the snake now. This photo is taken probably about this video now. We're looking at the same animal. Something's low. It wants to eat. Oh, look, he's after another one. We'll give him another rat. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, it's called food. Eat it. Right. That's what happens when you've got a one-man video. He's latched onto the rat, trying to eat it. As you can see, taking the venom glands doesn't stop. Taking out the venom glands doesn't stop them from eating, and it certainly doesn't affect their health, and it doesn't stop them from digesting food. I mean, I see such rubbish on the web about what happens to devenomizing snakes, and it's usually anti-devenomizing snakes, but for those that are not familiar with the real world, basically the guys that have devenomized snakes, which is a few now besides ourselves, but they're the only ones in Australia, but the guys who have devenomized snakes know the snakes are fantastic, much better off than their counterparts with venom. They get belted around with metal sticks on a daily basis, and of course basically it gets down to dollars and cents. Those that don't have them will attack those that do, because we're basically superior. Look at the way that snake goes. I mean, you can tell he's not exactly suffering, is he? Obviously other snakes suffer when they get picked up with metal sticks. This guy here, by the way, is a very nice snake, and it won't bite. You saw it work for me then because there was food around, but he's not interested in biting us when we handle it. This snake is actually kept, you see, it's not particularly overweight. It's probably, its weight's about right. It looks slightly lean maybe, but it is old, and we make a point of not overfeeding our snakes. Especially when they get old, because unfortunately captive snakes are prone to age-related diseases and being overweight, heart disease and all that sort of stuff. And you can see from this video, I think it's taken less than a minute to get that rodent down, and that gives you an idea how fast snakes can move when they get their act into gear and eat, and they are ravenously hungry. This guy actually has been doing venomous snake shows all week. It's a Monday today, and it's actually the first day off for this snake for quite some days. Works very, very hard. Last week on Monday we fed it one of these rodents, and it worked continuous every day, Monday included, right through basically. It works very, very hard. We did have 10 adults and 3 juveniles of these that were being force-fed, and 2 of the adults recently died as a result of injuries sustained during an unlawful raid by Department of Sustainability officers. That was on the 17th of August 2011. Fortunately, this snake does not appear to be injured, but we're not 100% certain because the way they were mistreated on today, it's highly likely some may have also sustained internal injuries, so we've got to watch on everything now. You see how quickly that goes down, and what we'll do, we'll wind up the video, and just remember, if it's not snake busters, it's always a risk.